All right, all you ambulance chasers, this is Big Thirsty, and this is the Big Thirsty Show, and I'd like to welcome y'all back. And here at the Big Thirsty Show, we keep the audience hydrated with the latest gossip. Now, we got, a mix of bad news, and first of all, Saints fans out there. Now, this dude, Chew, man, kicking a 58-yarder, man. What is going on in Atlanta, man? What they putting in the kicker's boots, man? But anyway, man, the quarterback, he couldn't throw a touchdown, but the kicker got 12 points, man. Hey, man, but the Saints, we still went marching in, and we had that second line, win, lose, or draw. But anyway, let's get on into it now. In Big Bear in California, Arrowhead area, man, massive wildfire. They say they caught the low-down son of a gun that started it all, and it's causing millions of dollars of damage. Hey, man, that type of area like that, possibly billions. Wildfires spread in California, Arrowhead, San Bernardino area. We're going to check back in and see what the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department say about it. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. Man, we always talking about the diddle master and the diddler. But the hottest news is that Buzbe Law Firm has a class action suit which is going to be executed individually. Over 120 victims have initiated civil suits against Sean Combs. The age range of the victims, you got male victims, female, and they're ranging from the age of 9 on up. Now, when you get into the age 9, are we talking SRA? Are we talking satanic ritual orgies? Or are we talking about just freak-offs? So, hey, that's a question that the audience is going to have to answer. But we got a male victim, 9 years old. 14 years old, 15, 25 minors. So we're not talking freak off and jokes about baby oil. We getting into something more sinister. Now, an actual live victim who's been blowing up all over TikTok, her name is Alicean. No, let me say that wrong. Lallayry Carter. Her and her mom, they come out and they got affidavits, they got receipts, and they're not like, this is bigger than Diddy. They saying that Child Protective Services is involved and that they've been providing information for over 8 years. And Allison says that Denzel Washington is just like Diddy. So let's think about the training day Denzel and not the glory day Denzel when you're thinking of Denzel. She named Young Jock, P. Diddy, Tyra. She mentioned Tyra Banks, Pink, Megan Fox. Getting rid of your Instagram. Instagram is forever. You can delete it, but hey, we can find it. So anyway, y'all go. But I want y'all to do. I don't want to speak too much on that. So what we will do is a very courageous YouTuber. His name is Diddy Got a Podcast. That's his YouTube channel, and he has an in-depth outlook on it. He goes over her affidavit, Allison Carter. So check out Diddy Got a Podcast YouTube channel to get more into that, because this is beyond the freak off. So all of these baby oil shows, and we speculating, if it was a date rape drug and involved in it, hey man, we getting into some sinister things, some Epstein, Weinstein, man, it's deep, man. We try to do entertainment news, but it's getting sinister, it's getting criminal, But hey, it is what it is. And in times like this, we got to stand up and we got to roll with the punches. If you find yourself in the ring with Mike Tyson, be able to duck. So anyways, now what we want to do is we finding out that Diddy's mansion in California was a rock's throw from the Playboy mansion. So, we're going to do some hood investigation and see if I can get y'all the blueprints of those tunnels where you can go from Diddy's house to, man, I forgot his name, but he was a big time. You know what I'm talking about, the editor-in-chief, the owner of Playboy, Hugh Hefner. So we're going to go from Diddy to Hefner's underground if I can find the blueprints. Now, speaking of tunnels, Elon Musk has a fascination with tunnels. He was seen in the interviews explaining how he wants to build more tunnels and how tunnels are cool. And, so hey, man, as above, so below. We get into the Emerald Tablets, y'all, or Emerald Tablet. Okay, so on a sad note, double sad note, Dikembe Mutumbo, he passed this week, and so we gonna give him a moment of silence right here on the Big Thirsty Show, and we also lost Mr. McDowell. John Amos. I mean, hey, so we want to give him a moment of silence here on the Big Thirsty Show, Ambulance Chaser Podcast. So we gonna do it the right way. We gonna say, damn, we done lost John Amos. But hey, on a positive note, we got Big Thirsty merch coming real soon, and you can pre-order stuff like this right now. So, we're just going to send y'all to the email, which is bigthirsty@gmail.com. And hey, we'll discuss pricing and all that, but we're going to give you the player price. As a matter of fact, the first person to inquire about a pre-order, we're going to throw you that merch for free. Because we need real ambulance chasers. I'm the #1 ambulance chaser, but we want 1,000 ambulance chasers. So when we hit a city, we want to just call up 400 ambulance chasers, no matter where we go. Anyways, speaking of calling, this iPhone 16, y'all remember that movie Ghost in the Machine? Well, hey man, I don't want to hit your paranoid, but hey man, this is a lot of surveillance, man. Like this iPhone, it don't never sleep. It don't sleep, and it's in tune to you. When you cough, it coughs just like that. So be careful of your iPhone, and it's not just the iPhone, but this technology is something else, y'all. But hey, it is what it is. We got to do what we got to do. Okay, let's get on back to the news, y'all. Now, if you're in the New Orleans area and you like reggae music, then the Wailers are going to be at the world's famous Tipitina's. And the family man passed, Ashton family man, he didn't pass, but his son is on drums. So hey man, let's check out the young buck, man. Let's see what he got. Let's see. So in sports news, did y'all see Travis Hunter hit that Heisman pose? It's bow that thirst delicious pose. Yeah. So on the Colorado Buffs, you got two Heisman candidates on the same team. Will it be Shador, number 2? Will it be Travis Hunter, number 12? But hey, whoever it is, hey, man, yeah. Enough respect to Deion Sanders. You done put together a fine program. We getting the defense. That offensive line is handling their business, and it's looking good. It's looking good for the Buffs. We got something to cheer about. Let's see what's going on. What's going on? Cardi B admits to going to Colombia to get a BBL while she was pregnant. Hey, it is what it is. I mean, you didn't. Somebody did already clapped the target, but you want the target to look good. But hey, you know, it's not for me to understand. I'm just the ambulance chaser. Maybe, man, I need to make a t-shirt of that. You know. But hey, like I say, we done lost John Amos. We done lost Mutumbo. That's 2. We done lost the King of Zamunda. We done lost Tito. So hey, man, you know, love your loved ones. Hug up on them and tell them you love them. And if they look at you crazy, tell them you love them again. Hey, this is the Big Thirsty Show. I am Big Thirsty. We're going to get to the fun part of the show, and we're going to get some of the ambulance chasers on the phone, and we're going to weigh in on this old 120 victim situation and underage victims, and are we going into an area that we don't really want to be. And also a list of 50 celebrities, a list that came out of Diddy party attendees. So everybody in Hollywood is cringing in their booths. Earlier during the week, it was some freak off tape that then went from the dark web and it was circulating around Hollywood. I guess Diddy need to get that bail money because that MDA, that Metropolitan Detention Center, it is hell on earth. Diddy, Sean Combs, is sleeping on a mattress that's about 2 inches, and he might as well be on the ground. And it is rodents on the ground, and he's got to not get bit. He's on a hunger fast, and I like the hunger fast thing because once you get past 4 days, man, you get to living off them ketones and you get to meditate, man. So pray for the victims and all the alleged abuse, but we still want to see that man survive. So I'm gonna get on to the fun part of the show, and thank y'all for tuning in to the Big Thirsty Show. Nicola, how you doing today, baby?
I'm good. How you doing?
Ooh-wee. Well, I'm good, and you live on the Big Thirsty Show, the podcast that ain't afraid to blast. And what we blasting on today, we talking about that old Sean Combs. We gonna call him Sean Combs. We done made up a bunch of nicknames for him, but man, he's in some inhumane living conditions right now, so we ain't gonna even talk about that, man. We're gonna respect the family and put the respect on his name today. But he's got Buzbe Law Firm in Houston. They just did a press conference, and it is tearing up the Wi-Fi and the live wires and the television stations right now. I don't know if your antennas is in tune to it, but he's got 120 new civil suits that's going to be filed. And the worst part The first part that we're going to talk about is the youngest victim, which is a male, and he's 9 years old.
Right.
We getting beyond freak-offs. We actually getting into unspeakableness, sinisterness, SRA-ness. So anyway, Nicola, that's a lot for me to put on your plate, but I know that you know how to eat them buffets, and you a chef, and I'm going to let you cook.
I did get a chance to check out the press conference today, and at first, I kind of took lightly what was being said previous to this interview, because we had heard that there were things that happened at these events, and we assumed that they were all adults and in some form consensual, because they went to the parties knowing what the parties were about. So I was like, I didn't feel terrible sympathy, but I felt empathy for the people who had, were like tranquilized or took the drugs or whatever the case may be. But the 9-year-old, when the lawyer told the story about the 9-year-old, I was floored. I mean, it's heartbreaking. The 9-year-old and his parents went to the studio for an audition along with some other children at a similar age, and allegedly he was taken into a room without his parents and made to do oral to allegedly to Sean Combs. So I'm like, how do you protect your kids in a situation like that? Second, were the parents, because they allegedly said maybe the parents were paid off, and in some cases, like early on in the press conference, they talked about the $10,000 being given to people in the hotel industry that kind of looked the other way, and or they would be harmed. So there was like all these different circumstances that came along with it. And then they said, of course, that Sean Combs is not the only person who is being looked at, that there are other people, but they're not going to mention those people until their cases come up. So it's just like, when you look at somebody like Puffy, and he's an icon, especially being a New Yorker, this is somebody we looked up to, somebody we hope to become, or, just kind of like one of our heroes. And then you hear it's heartbreaking.
Man. Yeah, that is it's shattering. So now they had this other young lady, Allison Lene Carter. She's been all over TikTok, and she got receipts and affidavits, and she's a victim of Sean Combs, and she's also saying that Denzel Washington is just like Diddy. And she named other celebrities, and she even said that they went to Child Protective Services, and they don't even trust any of that anymore, that this is way bigger than some freak-off party.
Wow.
So it's
heartbreaking. Olympus is falling,
Yeah.
All of our icons, all of our hopes, I just want to say that as we'll call them the royals. We'll say that we're the royals, they're the royals, and maybe we're the peasants. As a peasant, you look up to the royals, hoping that some kind of way you're going to be talented enough, or come across some kind of way that you're going to become one of those royals. Now, we all know we can't be royals if you don't have a royal bloodline, right? But they're taking away this little bit that's going on. It's not that we didn't know there was some stuff going on behind closed doors, because we knew it was something. We just didn't know what it was. But this particular thing right here, what it does is it takes away the hope from the little man. Like, what do you have to look forward to when you see everybody? Because it seems like it's more than just music people. It's more than just actors. It's just everybody who's in the limelight, who's supposed to be the leader of a certain culture, or we would specifically talk about our culture right now. They're all fallen, and they're all of these flawed people, and we know everybody is human, but they're like monsters.
Yeah, it's crazy. Oh my God!
And then protecting the children. Nobody protecting the children. Nobody.
Speaking of that, so this Cardi B, she's pregnant. She was pregnant and went to Colombia and got a BBL. Like, what are you trying to attract? Like, what's going on in your mind?
Wouldn't that be toxic to the baby? Like what? Is that child abuse?
Wouldn't you as a mother be more worried about the baby than the shape of what? So it's
Well, I got two views on that. One is I don't think that that's healthy for the baby. One, and two, is she under so much pressure to be physically fit in her career that if she's not physically fit in her career, she no longer has a career? Is it a life and death situation in her mind? Or is it really a life and death situation given what we know about the industry?
God, yes, it might be it might relate back to the snake eating itself. Yeah, whoa.
Wow, the snake eating itself.
Ooh, wait. Man, well, Nicola, we could talk forever, but I know you busy and we got to pay bills out here. We're going to keep this up. You're going to be this podcast, we nickname it the Ambulance Chasers. And so we want you to stay one, be one, because you're A1 and from day one. You feel me?
Thank you.
Oh, okay, well, we're going to stay in touch with you.
Okay, all right, bye-bye.
Okay, peace and love. All right, y'all, we got the Pickle Man. The Pickle Man say he want to cook. Hey, man, what's up, Pickle Man? What's on your mind, man?
What's happening, man? What's happening? We got all kind of stuff going on. We got Russia. We got China. We got Iran. They all kicking it off over there by the Alaskan border and flying over and into international waters and threatening nuclear and everything, man.
Man, let him cook, man. Let him cook.
They off the chain. We've had to send planes out there to meet them and be like, no, bro, no, not over here. Move around. Yeah, it's been crazy. They put in documentation and paperwork saying that if they needed to use nuclear to defend their rights, they could. I was like, oh, okay.
Who said that?
Russia.
Putin, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Then, of course, you know, you always have the Diddy thing, and that's just what does it profit a man, you know, to gain the whole world and lose his soul in the process. But I guess if you've already lost your soul and gave it up, get everything you can, I guess. Bunch of sick, twisted, nasty, but everybody keeps comparing it to Epstein Island. But I'm like, how you going to compare it to Epstein Island? There's no lawsuits. There's no evidence. There's nobody getting arrested or going to jail from Epstein Island. 2 people got arrested. One of them dead. The other one, we don't even know where she is. I'm like, boy, that rabbit hole is so deep. You been having fun with that rabbit hole? Or you going crazy over there wild-haired?
Man, I can't keep up, man. When you wake up and you turn your antennas on, it's another press conference. It's more victims, and if we want to get off into the details, man, we got a 9-year-old victim. We got 25. Yeah. We got 25 minors. So we beyond a freak off and celebrities. We into something else, you know.
Yeah, it was another spot where the wealthy could slum it. You know what I'm saying? They either going way out to a private island or they going through somebody else so they can slum it around and find some new victims.
Man, I named that show a couple weeks ago. Was he a monster or a fall guy for the elite? And it's looking like he the fall guy for the elite. You gotta be like an ostrich with your head in the sand not to see what's going on, man. But I'm gonna let you cook, man. I'm gonna let you cook.
Yep. That's what you gotta do, man. Is look at the thing from let me just go on and say it, from a spiritual side, man. And people got demons in them that can't be filled up, bro. That's why they go further and further and further. That one poor young lady was talking about fetishes from everything from throw up to piss to shit to animals. Man, what kind of sick individual gets off on something like that, man? You got to have demons in you twisted.
Ooh-wee, man. Listen, man, we
gave the man the chef hat. He then came on here and cooked. We got more bills to pay out here. We encourage y'all to go to Millie B's Midnight Pickles, because you will be at that refrigerator at midnight when you're doing the editing of the Big Thirsty Show, trying to get your fix. So anyway, we will say enough respect, enough love to you, Mr. Pickle Man, and we'll see you on the other side.
Peace.
Peace.